Hello, YouTube family. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. We start off with a hug, so come on. Well, I hope it's the start of a great weekend for you. Our weekend edition is up. It's fancy. It's got pictures. Do check it out. LaShawna Simon puts it together, and you know the youngins, they're real fast. But our weekend edition is up. We have a whole thing on Janet Jackson. The family of George Floyd getting a $27 million settlement. I wonder, will this affect the trial that is going on right now? It just makes you say, Went through a lot of comments. I didn't really talk about Coming to America too, because I get too excited and I didn't want to do any spoilers. So that's why I didn't give props or mention things. Down the line, wasn't enough people to see it on Amazon Prime before I start running the mouth, but I did enjoy it. So many people were shocked that I said that I didn't really care for Eddie Murphy's Norbit. So Auntie is going to rewatch it again this weekend, and I didn't care for Vampire in Brooklyn. Can I just tell you that sometimes my expectation is so high that I wind up being disappointed. So Auntie is going to give those things a try again. I really appreciate you making a comment and we get the chance to, talk a little bit. You know that I saw your comment. If I leave a heart, I think it's very important. Let's get into the weekend. It's music's biggest night. It's the Grammy Awards on Sunday night. The 63rd annual Grammys, hosted by Trevor Noah. He's going to be hosting music's biggest night. And there's controversy with it. The Weeknd says that he's boycotting. Justin Bieber is mad because he had a song that he felt should have been in the R&B category. There's going to be some great performances, and Harry Styles is going to open up the show. You got the Korean pop group BTS, the Baby Little Baby, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Cardi B, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, Taylor Swift. She's going to be performing. Maren Morris. So there's going to be a lot of different performances. Award shows in general, music awards, they're not doing well in the ratings. And I think it's because a lot of people want the clips. They'll see the clips and they're satisfied with that. But there'll be no audience. They're filming it in a building next to the Staples Center with various platforms and stages, but there's going to be a lot of performances, and it's going to be really interesting to see who wins. What do you think about the Weeknd snubbing it? What do you think about, and leave a comment, that people think that shows like this are rigged and that the Grammys somehow are not fair? It's going to be interesting. I don't like the fact that with R&B groups, they don't show the award ceremony, and maybe it's just the state of music today, but that's one part that I don't like. And I don't even know, I guess they do the hip hop part now, because years ago they wouldn't do that. But the Grammy Awards are on Sunday night. Monday morning, we wake up to the news of the Academy Award nominations, because they're coming. Will Chadwick Boseman's name come up? Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, his last role. He won a Critics' Choice Award. He won a Golden Globe Award. No Man Land will probably be nominated. It won Best Picture, Critics' Choice, Golden Globe. I'm sure it will come again. But this year, we're going to see those nominations. And it's different because the streaming services are leading the pack with what they're bringing out. So this year it's a little different. It's a little later. One of the big highlights is Tyler Perry's getting a big honor. He's getting the Humanitarian Award. Our former First Lady Michelle Obama is on the cover of People magazine. Her new Netflix children's cooking show is debuting on Tuesday. Can't wait to see that. Let's talk sports a little bit. Cam Newton, the New England Patriots have re-signed him to a one-year contract worth $14 million. I was surprised. I thought they would let him go. They let Tom Brady walk away, and Tom Brady went down to Tampa Bay, took him to a Super Bowl. Now, Tom Brady, he'll be there at least next year, at least for a year. he's going back to Tampa Bay. At 45 years old, Tom Brady is going to be the oldest quarterback in NFL history. It's so funny when people are like, well, why won't they sit down? Why won't they stop? If this has been something you've been doing all along, 45 is not old. Maybe old to be, playing football and taking those hits. But when it's something that you love, it's hard to walk away from that life and what you know. And he's won more rings than any quarterback. It's hard to walk away. It'll be really interesting how it will be next season. But you can say what you want. He took Tampa Bay all the way to the Super Bowl. There's a new talk show or game show coming. If you can remember the show, was it the late 70s? It was called Tattletales. NBA superstar Steph Curry, his wife Aisha, they're going to be hosting it. And it's about celebrity couples. How well do you know your partner? And Tattletales is coming back, and they're going to be showing that on HBO Max. Piers Morgan. A lot of you ask me, Patty, what do you think about Piers Morgan? I think that man is a big bore. He's enjoying all this doggone attention. Has this talk show over in Britain that he left, and he's been accused of bullying Meghan Markle. He's enjoying all this publicity, by the way. He wants an apology from the talk show The Talk on CBS, saying that they slurred his name because Sharon Osbourne was defending his character. I don't know if they're going to get an apology, but Sharon Osbourne apologized. You guys, chimed in that she was very disrespectful to Cheryl Underwood the other day. Don't you dare start crying. Well, explain racism to me. It's not our job to be explaining racism if you don't understand. And please say that you're not from this country, because racism is all over the world. Sharon Osbourne has apologized, but she still gets that side eye because Holly Robinson Peete, my girl, who used to be on that show, and I was so mad when she wasn't on it no more. She said that Sharon Osbourne told her years ago she was too ghetto to be on The Talk. There's nothing ghetto about Holly Robinson Peete. So how are you using this context? But there's nothing ghetto. When people want to throw that around, you acting ghetto. There's nothing ghetto about Holly Robinson Peete. But that whole thing, but a lot of you said, how'd you feel about Piers Morgan? I thought he was a bore when he took over from Larry King, when he was on CNN years ago. Just boorish in his behavior and that ego. And some people thrive for that controversy. And I don't know. I've just never been big on that. Netflix is tired of the password sharing. This is funny. Years ago, and I've told this story, I noticed my son was watching Orange is the New Black. And I was like, when we get Netflix? Oh, I'm borrowing a friend's pass. I was horrified. I said, can we just get our own Netflix and not borrow? Now, you may be watching this and said, I borrow. Or you could be saying, I've let someone borrow. Netflix is cracking down. They are coming up with a way that you cannot share your password with other people. They're going to have to get it on their own. Now, y'all know people have been doing this for a long time. This is going to be interesting how this works out, because these streaming services, they have a tendency to go up with their prices. So it's going to be interesting how they do this. On Monday, we're going to have a lot to talk about with award shows, between the Academy Award nominations, what took place with the Grammys. If you're into podcasting, I do one called Patty and the Millennials. I'm a baby boomer, and I have conversation with millennials and Gen X, and we talk about everything. The past 2 weeks, honesty, what have you learned since the pandemic? Because we have all had to learn something about ourselves, how we do things, with the loss of lives, with the loss of jobs, and how we've all had to pivot. Honesty. Some people can tell little lies. Some people tell great big ones, and you're looking at them like, are you for real? we talk about everything. I just think that discussion is important. Men, women, even when we disagree, we just kind of like open up. I've been podcasting. This is my 6th year, and I'm really proud of the little baby because it's good. We don't hold you long. You certainly won't be bored, but it's going to be conversation, and conversation is a must. SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio Podcast. Just remember, Patty and the Millennials. I'm looking for my pen. Just remember Patty and the Millennials. But if you're into podcasting, check us out and let me know. I hope it is a great weekend. People watch this from all over the world. Here on the East Coast, we have something called daylight saving time, where we're actually going to lose an hour's sleep and it stays lighter longer. I know some places don't even get it. That's why I rarely bring it up, because people be like, we don't have daylight saving time. We don't do that over here. But on the East Coast, it's a reality and it's happening. Believe I went through everything. Have a great weekend, everybody. Tiffany Haddish, she just signed a deal with Netflix to produce a show where she plays a street psychic who is framed for murder. That's some interesting news. And Nicole Young, Dr. Dre's estranged wife, she tried to put a restraining order on him because she said his new song terrorized her and threatened her. And the judge was like, try again. The weekend edition is up, so make sure you check us out. Leave a comment, thumbs up, hit the notification so you'll know when videos are coming. More importantly, after you check us out, have a great weekend. We will see you again on Monday. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture.